Hi there, I'm Victoria from 2 Degrees and I'm joined by Richard Pamenter from GSK. Hi, thanks for sitting with us today. Can you tell me a bit about how GSK is progressing with engagement and the Our Planet report?
Okay, so I think the most important thing each year is to bring out a report to the outside world. It's your prime tool for engaging with the global community. So we publish each year, as part of our social responsibility report, a section called Our Planet. And in that we talk about the progress we make against reducing our carbon emissions, our impact with water use, and the amount of waste we generate. And so I think the important point is we try to keep it to those three simple headings, and then underneath that we expand out some of the definitions of what we mean when we talk about our performance. But the important engagement tool is having a simple heading, Our Planet, to the report, and then three simple subsections: carbon, water and waste, so we can keep people focused on what we're trying to do.
And what's your achievements been so far around those?
So if you look across since 2010 when we launched our new strategy, carbon emissions inside our operation, they're down around about 8%. Water usage inside our own operations is down about 7 or 8% as well. And we've reduced by 40% the amount of waste we send to landfill, and we've reduced the amount of waste by roughly 5% that we generate. So it's a good start, but clearly there's still more to do. But the very important thing, Victoria, is we have the targets which people can measure externally performance against.
Sure. And so what do you think of engagement and sustainability as terms?
I think that the word sustainability will be enduring. I think that the challenge for people is to make it relevant in their business. It's a very broad term. I think you need to funnel it down and say, what does it mean for our business? So I like the term sustainability. Engagement, I think people think it's a panacea. So if you say the words engagement, and if you talk to some people and you collaborate with some people, you've made progress. I think it's much more complicated than that. I think it's about many different ways of interacting with different people to try and find ways to actually drive improved performance, to generate actions that will actually deliver something of substance. So I'm not against the word engagement. I just think you need to be very mindful of, just by using it, thinking you're going to create success.
And you talked about working with other people, so why do you think collaboration is so important?
Well, I think if you look at it, and I guess many of the people we're talking to or might look in this video now, they'll be working in the space where they're either in communications, corporate responsibility, or perhaps in a small corporate sustainability function. Well, very difficult in that small group to actually generate action in the business. So I think what you need to do is go and find out in the business, find people who are willing partners, whether they're in marketing, manufacturing, research and development, and work with them on specific things they're interested in that you know will make a difference to being more sustainable, but that you can also manage to align to the overall strategy that you have as a company for sustainability.
And what do you think turns people off when they hear the word sustainability?
I think it can be seen as too lecturing and preachy. And there's actually quite a dissonance, isn't there? Because everyone knows that at the moment we don't live sustainable lives. Everyone knows that their company could be more sustainable. So the risk you run in keep using the word and being too voluble about it is you actually put people off. So I think you have to not make people feel guilty about the way they live their lives now, but paint the picture it could be even better, right? Mm-hmm. Rather than sometimes people try and paint sustainability, if we don't change we're doomed, and it becomes a bit of, if I don't wear the hair shirt, I'm not going to make a difference. And I think we need to make it cooler and more positive, and less in your face is a problem.
And what do you think GSK would have done differently if they knew then what they know now about sustainability?
I think we would have focused even more on what are the actual tangible actions we can take. We built, I think, a pretty good narrative and strategy framework which we're proud of. If you ask me any day what I wish we'd done more of, it's put even more attention into what are the actual actions we can take that will make a difference.
And have you had any feedback from sort of employees or clients or customers about how this engagement is going?
So yeah, that's a great question, and I think that feedback is the same if you did a cross-section sample of people in general, and that some people love it because they've got a personal alliance. So some people absolutely love what we're doing, and we obviously become very collaborative with them, both inside and outside the company. Some people are ambivalent, don't see how it necessarily links to their day job, but will go along with some of the things we're proposing. And then you get some people, just like in society, who don't like it, and this is from senior levels to lower levels, and will resist. And I think you need to respect all three of those positions if you're going to actually make progress. Respect and understand and figure how you can manoeuvre things.
Do you focus on a particular group? So for the people who are more engaged already, do you focus on that group, or would you focus more on the group that you need to put more effort in to get them engaged?
Well, you see, and this is where I don't like the word engagement, because the task is not to engage people. The task is to actually make a difference to how sustainable your company is. So I would actually look at who do we need to work with to make a difference. And obviously if there are people that are really keen, you'll work with them. If there are people that are less keen, well then the decision point is, do we need these people to move things forward? And if the answer is yes, then your plan is how can I find a way, not to engage, but to work with these people on a specific opportunity or problem related to sustainability.
And do you think that idea of engagement isn't the word to use? Do you think that resonates with GSK, when you communicate that idea to others?
I do. I don't think you would talk to someone and say, I'd like to come and engage with you on something. I want to talk to you about something, how we can help each other, or how we can jointly work to solve a problem, or how we can shift the agenda. So I think engagement is a good concept to think about, but when you actually get down into the doing, I think you step away from the word and you talk about collaboration, working together, achieving something jointly.
So it's like you're talking about engagement, but when you're doing it, you're kind of being more practical.
Yeah, so I think you could say, of course you need a framework to figure out how are we going to work, cooperate and collaborate with all these different stakeholders inside and outside of the organisation. But that framework needs to be quite specific when you get to what are we actually going to do with this individual. And you can kid yourself that just because you've had a conversation with someone, they've read your CR report, or you've met with a senior marketing man, you've engaged with them, well, that's great. But what's the consequence? What's going to happen, or what we both like to happen as a result? That's the thing that needs more thought.
Yeah. So do you have any inspirations from other companies who you think have done engagement, for lack of a better word, have done it quite well?
I think when we started, we looked a lot at M&S and Plan A. I think when we scratched below the surface, I think they've done a pretty good job there. So I think they would be top of the list.
And to finish off, is there a particular Elvis line you resonate with when it comes to engagement and to sustainability?
Yeah, I think it would be a little less conversation, a little more action.
Well, thanks so much for being here.
Pleasure.